Good evening and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. Tonight from J. Doyle Field, Girls Lacrosse against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka and I'll be joined later by Cindi Todoroff as we bring you this action on senior night here at J. Doyle Field. The Bears come into this game at a record of 3-3, and we have a bit of a milestone that we're hoping to see as Carissa Smith is sitting on 99 career points. And we're going to go through now with the senior night festivities.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to East Brunswick High School for tonight's contest between J.P. Stevens Hawks and our EU Bears. Tonight we honor our departing seniors.
And again, it is senior night here.
On and off the field over the past several seasons.
And the seniors are gathered with their parents. We'll introduce them. Joined by Bob Murphy, the principal, and Frank Knoppenberger, the supervisor of athletics, as well as the coaches, players, junior varsity players there on the field. And again, this is the senior night ceremonies here, so we're going to honor the senior members of the lacrosse team for their dedication to the program.
First, Shannon Carney, escorted by her sister, Lauren.
Shannon Carney, escorted by her sister, Lauren. That's Connie Kaminkowitz, escorted by her parents, Scott and Teresa.
And now it's Connie Kaminkowitz, escorted by her parents, Scott and Teresa.
Scott is also our Community Affairs and Adult School Program Director at the high school. And next, Hannah Moskowitz, who's the goalkeeper for the Bears. And David and Lois Moskowitz. Lois is a teacher here, special education teacher at the high school. Next, Morgan Mowers, escorted by her parents Dan and Patty Mowers. Nicole Villanueva, escorted by her parents, Vinny and Lilibeth. And this is a good tradition here. Even the managers and statisticians, bookkeepers here, get some recognition here on senior night.
And finally, our statistician,
Marissa Barnett,
escorted by Mom Robin.
And escorted by her mom, Robin. Marissa is the statistician, which is why I have statistics up here in front of me. They keep a very good book here, good record here. And again, these are the seniors, as we take a look first at the picture here, as they pose for pictures, and then the seniors and their parents. We give them a big round of applause for the seniors and their parents here on senior night. Pictures being taken. Okay, and those are our seniors here. We have, again, Shannon Carney, Connie Kaminkowitz, Hannah Moskowitz, Morgan Mowers, Nicole Villanueva, and statistician Marissa Barnett. A little picture there of the group. And now we have a little special ceremony here something going on here. We were tipped off about it in advance, and we're just going to let it play out in front of us here. Somebody got asked out to the prom. The young man is out of our camera range right now. He's in the grandstands right now. And I guess prom date was for Nicole Villanueva. All right, we'll be back with the opening draw in just a moment. And we're back here at J. Doyle Field. Ken Saroka along with Cindi Todoroff bringing you all the action of tonight's girls lacrosse game between the Bears and the Hawks of J.P. Stevens. Bears wearing the home whites with green shorts, and the Hawks of J.P. Stevens solid green with the yellow trim and numerals. Bears will be operating on offense from right to left on your television screen, coming into this game with a record of 3-3. The draw at midfield. Ball is placed between the two sticks of the combatants, as it were, there at midfield, and then they'll try to wrestle it up, and you see waiting for the position, sticks back to back. 25 minutes of first half action. Here we go.
And there's Courtney Donlin on the draw. And
picked up immediately by Carissa Smith, who's trying to get into the 8 meters side, coming around the angle, and now we'll work it from behind the cage as the Bears will set up on offense. We'll pick up the numbers on the fly. That's Taylor McNamara, number 3.
Bears are showing
sorry,
good.
That's not Taylor McNamara. Oh, that was Nicole Villanueva, number 3.
Yep.
Behind the cage. Now, they play natural boundaries, but that really isn't natural. I mean, there's a lot of lines you see on there. We are playing with the red set of lines here for the girls' game, but essentially they're not going to let them run all the way through to the goalposts and into that area behind the goalposts. Did see a game once where it was played on a very wide field, and it was an incredible sight to see them running them back and forth as much as they did. That's Morgan Mowers behind the cage looking for cutters, and what you're seeing now at the top of the 8 meters is everybody bunching up looking. Mowers with the shot, maybe deflected.
Nice roll by Morgan coming around. It was nice how the Bears cleared the way for her to isolate her.
Shannon Carney now will trigger from behind the cage. Again, most of the other Bears offensive players, and it's 7-on-7 in the offensive end. High shot and a score. It looks like it hit underneath the cage.
Nice shot.
And Shannon Carney picks up the first goal of the game at the 124 mark.
And Shannon is the leading scorer so far for the Bears this year. That would be her 10th goal of the season.
And the Bears go up 1-0. Beautiful night here at J. Doyle Fields. The breeze is picking up a little bit, though, as the sun is setting behind us here in the press box. Draw at midfield. And we had a little bit, I thought there was a foul on that, a little movement early, but J.P. Stevens will pick up possession here.
Yeah, I think he's calling to reset that back.
Resma Parrick for the Hawks. Trying to get down, break inside, and a bit of a bump there, and I guess Carissa Smith is going to get called for bumping and has to go behind, stand behind. Players have to freeze in place when a whistle is blown. And Parrick will try to get...
Good slide. Whoops.
Was that what you were talking about? We were talking before about the checking, of a little bit of a high check.
Yes, now, new rule change this year is...
Well, hold on. No, actually, that's not the case. They're saying, I guess that was a crease violation, or maybe kind of warding off with the shoulder and kind of bumping.
It's either or, one of those.
Breaking across midfield, looking for that pass.
Good, that's what we're looking for. Now, if we can get a pass right in here.
Carissa Smith with some wide open space inside 12, gets to the 8, bounce shot, save, and that's at the goalkeeper's feet. Right now, it's a little hard to read those numbers for JP in that area because of the glare. And now coming across midfield, JP Stevens, Hawks on offense.
Taylor McNamara is putting great pressure on. She's getting a great double by the Bears between Courtney and Taylor. One slowed, one caught up, and
Mowers
gained possession.
Trying to run straight.
Good. Morgan wants to change.
Morgan using her size advantage.
Nice.
High off hip, and drills it home at the 3:24 mark. So goals exactly 2 minutes apart. One by Shannon Carney and one by Morgan Mowers. Is size advantage like that on the attack really an advantage?
Definitely, target-wise, area-wise.
Because you saw that the defenders there were really small. I mean, we're not. I mean, you look at there, and if you look at this game, and you look back and you see those defenders are very, very small. And Morgan's a tall girl.
Right, it's like an alley-oop in basketball. Put it up high. And
but is that advantage? Because if you're a tall girl and your stick is up, your cross is up high, you've got probably less of a chance of a target than, say, a smaller player going in.
Well, if you're in close, you need to adjust your hand placement because you will have less getting the ball real high. It's hard to get that shot off. You need to move your hands down and place a shot.
Now the trailing official has a call here. I don't know what she's trying to explain. I didn't see any hand signals. Is it for a zone? But we're going to have a free position from the far left side of the 8 meters. Shannon Carney will trigger the free position shot. Low shot.
Nice.
Right in, with what we call in hockey the 5-hole, right in between the goalie's legs, a low bounce shot, and Carney picks up her second goal of the game.
And that was nice by Shannon. If you saw her stick movement, she went a little bit high. She put a little movement with her stick to just get the goalie guessing, and then she laid it down low. That was very well done.
At this level, and you've coached lacrosse, at this level, how good are the stick skills when it comes to shifting from the dominant to the non-dominant hand?
Oh, they have to. They have to be. That's as a varsity level player, especially now at this level where high school lacrosse is. You have to be able to do that to protect the ball, number one.
Collision there on the draw, picked up, and now it's back on the ground. So loose ball picked up nicely, and that's the advantage of that field turf field here. You get a truer bounce on those balls. Pass over to Mowers. Mowers tried to one-time it. And a stoppage there, a high check by Shannon Carney. Back pass. Pursuit there nicely by the Bears, trying to run her closer to the sidelines. Mowers giving chase on defense. Ball on the ground, but picked up by... Now Mowers picks it up, knocked out of her stick. Knocked out again. Somebody's trying to... Look like a rugby scrum there. Battling for it there is Connie Kaminkowitz. Falls down.
So a lot of great determination by both teams there.
And Carissa Smith tried to pass that across field to Carney. Threw it away, and the possession will go to the Hawks.
On that last ground ball, bouncy ball, normally what you want to do is have one person box out the opponent, and then run your teammate in there to actually pick up the ball. So you usually want to send 2 people in this ground ball situation like that. Nice pursuit.
But coming right up the middle for the Hawks is Julia Thomas. Thomas gets tripped up from behind. That might be a card. No, but looked worse, I guess, than the actual contact. But Thomas will retain possession for the Hawks.
That was nice that Erica came up to try to form the double, but you have to finish that, not foul. Nice stick-up defense.
Hannah Moskowitz waiting for her first shot on goal, but defense came to the rescue there. Ball's in that far sideline, and a bit of a bump to the head there. And this is something that's, about maybe 8 or 9 years old, the goggles, that the girls are wearing the goggles.
Oh, yeah, at least. And then field hockey this year on the high school level. First year that we've had the goggles. Not well received, but it is what it is.
No. I mean, considering that when you think about it, it's not as violent or as rough as the boys' game, but still, you're talking about a stick around the head. I'm surprised that they're not forcing them to wear helmets. Courtney Donlin into Shannon Carney, but that pass And the rule is on those out-of-bounds plays, if it's a pass like that, the possession will turn over. On shots, it's closest to it. Oh, ball on the ground, picked up. Nope, battled for, but not picked up. Do we have a playing at an open stick on that? It looked like...
Yeah, yeah, empty check.
Yeah.
Okay, let's...
That's Mowers now. Everybody's kind of frozen in position. So one thing that you like about the women's game or girls' game, you can see how a play could develop. We're sitting here watching it, but we can see where the potentials are for the play to develop. And instead, Mowers decides to pass it to Carney, who's going to...
because she didn't have position, a real great position to shoot.
Carney rolls the cage, puts it in.
Again, Shannon, being a lefty, natural lefty, that they set her up for that play, and she did that very well. She's got very good accuracy.
And the Bears take a 4-0 lead at the 7:57 mark, of the first half. Basically, we're playing running time unless there's a goal or an injury on the field. A little bit of a change of position, as you see here, two players on the same side of midfield, yet their sticks have to be back-to-back, so we just kind of assume that that ball is going to go up and backwards. And it does go backwards, not high enough.
Yeah, that wasn't called, because usually you have to get the ball over the shoulder.
Possession to the Hawks, who have yet to generate a shot on goal, and they are trailing 4-0 here. Ball's on the ground, picked up by the Bears, and they'll start on offense.
Okay, this is what Coach wants, is a pass right here. Almost, a little sooner, so that you end up being numbers up. A 2v1, 3v2.
Somebody's yelling offside. Do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we have too many players back on D? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, there's...
Yeah.
Number 7 should really be back.
And that's what, 30 yards out? They have to be.
Yes.
And that's a rule change that came about because I remember even watching some Trenton State games when I was broadcasting, that you would have, maybe there was a double foul here because we're going to have a throw-in, that you'd have defenses just pack all 11 players in.
Back in the day when I played, there were no boundaries and there were no lines. So absolutely right. It was just
pack it
one
in.
big beehive in there. Now the
Connie Kaminkowicz had a chance there, but had a hard time picking it up, and maybe they're going to call a bit of a bump or playing. Oh no, we're going to award possession. So maybe on the loose play, it might have hit Connie in the hands. I mean, but that got to be, it was either A, dangerous because people would just fire shots.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where shooting space
violations came in. Yeah, well, you get one in the chops and you'll learn not to stand in the middle of a lacrosse ball shot.
You know, between the evolving of the sticks versus the old wooden catgut sticks, the field, the athleticism of the athletes. Now this game's just phenomenal.
One of my first, I think it was my first or second year, as we were cleaning out our desks on that last teacher day, I remember I was helping Frank move some stuff out of the athletic lockers, and they had the old wooden lacrosse sticks here at the high school, and these things must have been 1950 vintage. Okay, here comes Carissa Smith on a jailhouse break. 1 on none, going right on in, shot, and a bounce shot and a score.
And that was a big shot, too. Because congratulations to junior Carissa Smith on her 100th point. Nice shot. And Coach wants to take the time out in the team just to congratulate her on that milestone in her career. And she's had quite a career so far. She's been starting since her freshman year. And as a freshman, she impacted the team by playing like a veteran and becoming the team's leading scorer. Last year as a sophomore, she led the team in points, and her talent did not go unnoticed when she was selected to the all-area first team, which is quite an accomplishment in RGMC with teams like South Brunswick and Monroe. She was honored also as a freshman and a sophomore outstanding female athlete here at East Brunswick High School, and she certainly is an athlete, hard worker. I had the pleasure of coaching her in Blackhawks, and you knew she had it back when she was back 4 or 5 years ago. Anyhow, congratulations to Carissa from the team and her coaches and all the fans. Good job, kid.
Draw at midfield.
Yeah, I'd like to see us win this draw, whether it goes directly to one of our players or indirectly. Here we go. That's what we want to see. And Carissa's up with the ball.
Now, unlike the boys' sticks, the ball has to really kind of sit on top. The pockets are not as deep.
Right, you have to have your cradling skills, which is actually harder than it looks. To do it properly is key because of the stick in women's lacrosse.
I think it actually helps if you talk about the transition game, because that ball is not stuck deep in the pocket. You can see that kind of on the fly pass, boom, 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 because you get it and it's immediately
right,
ready.
It's
ready there to go.
Let's see if the Bears are going to run some type of motion, pass and go.
First time we've seen an offensive set from up top rather than from behind the cage. Courtney Donlin tried to come in, got bumped off the play. Trailing official has the call. In that case, it didn't look like Donlin wanted to go to her non-dominant hand. She was kind of stuck on that pass.
Yeah, she was closed off. Her best bet for there was not to force it and just bring it behind the cage and just start up something. She did get a call, though. Now, what would be key here right now is if Courtney started going left and then immediately switched to her right hand to cut off the defender. If she was switched right to her right hand,
yeah, that
cut the defender off.
That kind of shot looked like, just from her angle she was taking, that was going to go wide unless she put some real good billiard English on it.
Again, in those situations, you have to make that decision. Is it a good shot, or should I just pull up? Because again, when it comes down to possessions, where every possession counts in a real tight game, you want to make the correct
now you see
decision.
Here you have Carney trying to get some help from behind the cage. Now gets triple teamed in there. The ball.
Right. Stevens did a nice job on containing her. Good pickup.
Usually you get that pass kind of play triggered from behind the cage, and you get a bombing run. One player cutting right down the middle, right down the middle, right down the middle, and then maybe the third or fourth player breaks out, and they look for that opening in that seam. But that play was waiting for somebody to come out from behind the cage. Bears content to just work it here, up 5-0. Melissa Kahn over there with the ball, call on the far side as there was probably a high check on Morgan Mowers. Mowers, again looking, rolling in, 4 defenders collapsing on her, ball's on the ground.
Okay, nice pursuit by the Bears. That's one area that coach really stressed so far this year, that double the ball down the field. Lots of pressure on the ball. And that comes from the attack players, from the first home to your attack wings, your second home, your third home. So it's real key, and I know coach as well stresses this, is defense. Everyone has to learn to play great defense regardless of the position they play on the field.
But how much of that is also, and I don't want to say a lack of experience, but your defenders there, your defenders back there don't have that kind of experience passing downfield, running. Occasionally they'll join the rush, they'll come up and take an offense, take some offense. But they're usually just there defending and then getting rid of the ball. They're not used to the running with it, cutting with it. Is that?
Generally, I mean, ideally, all your players are all-around players with specialties, so they should be able to to be able to pass and move and get by people as well as anybody. The attackers, again, once you lose the ball, you're the first player that should come back and play defense and regain possession.
Carissa Smith now will take it behind the cage, looking for a cutter. Again, looking right down the middle as the Bears are circulating in and out. Motion offense here.
Okay, some good movement.
Smith, shot and a save there.
That's a nice save by the goalie from
I think
Hawks.
It's Anna Chernoga.
It's nice.
If that's, I can't see that number if that's 36 or not. It looks like it.
Yeah, she tracked the ball. She had her stick up and she stepped out, so she did a nice job on blocking that shot.
Now, the trailing official's got his hand in the air. Does that mean that there's a foul but a play on advantage?
Yeah. Did he throw his flag down?
Yeah, he had his flag.
If you've seen official, just I know you know Ken as a reminder, but for our fans, if the official does throw the flag on the floor, I'm sorry, on the ground, that indicates that it's a free shot. So usually what happens is if that happens, you tell your teammate drop the ball. Once you drop the ball, you can then get the free shot.
And there's Connie Kaminkowicz coming in.
Connie. Nice job.
On the free position.
That was a nice strong. She got a great quick step and great accuracy on the shot.
And the Bears go up 6-0. Time of that goal, 16-14 of the first half. Going to have some substitutions here. Connie Kaminkowicz is going to come out. We're going to have a lot of players coming out, as you see on the close sideline there next to Coach. Some of the first string, I guess, taking a chance to take a break as Mowers and Villanueva and Kaminkowicz are out right now. Collision and
a little bit
possession.
too much, little too aggressive.
Now with numbers, here comes J.P. Stevens on the break, looking to break in the 8 meters, turning.
Nice defense.
Shot is wide.
Nicole Reiser did a great job in defending, slowing down the Hawk player and forcing a bad shot, which was on Coach's focus points as well defensively. Forcing bad shots.
Trying to get through here. Now this is where you need to find the open space.
Yes, right now. If we could get a pass, it would be perfect. We're looking. Go.
That was a pick, and just it happened to come in our camera range as it looked like coming back on the play at about the 47-yard line. For the Bears was Kayla Kennedy, and happened to set a pick, and so the possession will change. Okay, that was a high check, but
yeah,
I would have let that play on because you have the advantage, and she's going to goal. I don't know, maybe that's just how I would interpret it, that would be something.
That check that would be considered a dangerous check, and going with how they want to clean up the game a little bit, they want to stop that type of check.
Shot on goal and a save by Hannah Moskowitz.
Nice
Taylor
save.
Monacolo with the shot and Moskowitz with the save.
Okay, now if Carissa can get, does she have someone to pass to? A cross pass would be great right now.
But the defenders with their backs turned. She's going to get to 12, get to 8, wind up and fire. Shot is wide.
Then if you notice, Carissa, when she ran down the field with the ball, you don't have to cradle. You can just put the ball right in front of you if you have that much room, which she did at that time.
And if your particular gait, as it were, is not choppy, that ball's not going to bounce out.
Right, you'd leave it right at you angle your stick up. You only can get away for about 10 yards, but.
And we have a free position shot coming up here for the Bears. And I guess that was for maybe a zone as one of the the other defenders crept inside the 8 meters. A shot wide by number 21, Hunter Feskovics.
This is a nice strong shot by Hunter. That's good. The Bears are moving well. Pass and move, pass and move.
Changes hands. Shot knocked down. Again, the trailing official seems to have a better view of things.
Not quite sure.
Looks like they're going to give a yellow card to Carissa Smith, which I guess automatically means she has to come out.
Yeah, she has to come out for a bit. And we have to play short.
For how long?
I believe it's 2 minutes.
Okay, now that's something new that I'm not aware of. Penalizing on field. I mean, I've seen players ejected for 2 yellow cards or for a really rough check. But
That's a new rule this year. Again, the focus point is really cleaning up, making the game safer. So they feel if there's, you get a yellow card, it's going to cost. It's going to cost your team a bit, whether, right or wrong. So that's one of their ways of controlling the game even more, the safety of the game. Okay, again, if we can get a pass right over, and we do have some open players.
too close to the sideline as Shannon Carney came close to the out of bounds, or actually was in the out of bounds for the football. As you see, the benches here are even recessed further back. Double team on the ball, and high check knocked the stick out of the hands of Courtney Donlin. She'll get possession back. A dominant first half with 3:35 left to go. Bears up 6-0. I'm Ken Saroka along with Cindi Todoroff, bringing you all the action of this girls lacrosse game here.
Good passing. Oops, almost. Yeah.
You jinxed it.
I jinxed it. My rule, also with field hockey and lacrosse, I like to see a pass on 3. 1, 2, pass. 1, 2, 3, pass. 1, 2, 3, pass. There should be a pass. I mean, ideally, when you see some of the elite teams in the state play, the women, it's 1, 2, 3, pass. So right now it would be 1, 2, 3, pass. And you don't always have to pass forward. You can also pass to your trail. Not only do you beat more defenders more easily, it also opens up the lanes. Okay, good, not shooting. That was great defense by Stevens.
Carissa Smith is back. Waiting behind the net as you see the Bears again operating, trying to come down the middle here. Now as Carissa comes out in front, trying to get a seam in the defense. Again, no shot clock, so Bears can be content to work the best shot possible with the 6-0 lead. Not a free position, but off to the side, the ball will be reset as Courtney Donlin will have it.
Good. Courtney knew she didn't have the angle that time and just reset the play.
Trying a little dink-dunk pass inside, knocked down by J.P. Stevens' defense. Good check there as the ball is being battled at midfield.
Get a dangerous check.
Taylor McNamara, the guilty party there, I guess. Or no, a little confusion. 2 Bears. And one of the few times we've had now with 1:17 left to go in this first half for J.P. Stevens to set up on offense. Bears playing a good perimeter defense outside the red 8-meter arc line.
Steven showing some good patience. Ooh, again.
Coming over the top. That was a
Yeah.
little bit of a dangerous check there. Just outside or inside the 12-meter. Stevens
Good
content.
defense.
That's Reshma Parikh, number 7
Nice
for
little
Stevens.
move.
Good collapse on defense, not allowing any lane there for a shot. I don't know. Is it frustrating? You haven't, if you're Stevens right now, you haven't had a lot of chances with the ball to set up. Is it anxious? I want to get to the goal right away, or let's set it up and take our time and do what we plan to do?
Yes, you have to be patient. You just can't force anything.
Free position shot coming up here for Stevens.
You got to come back 1 goal at a time.
Hannah Moskowitz gearing up here. Catches
Nice.
it head high. Just playing catch, that's what it was.
Hannah showed great goalkeeping position, knees bent, stick up, focused on the ball.
And we got a yellow card for Taylor McNamara. Free position shot for Barka Shah from the right side of 8 meters. 21.5 seconds left to go. And all the other players have to now move outside. Whistle blows in. Hannah Moskowitz gets a piece of it for her 3rd save. Ow, and that was dangerous there. And going to the turf, one of the Bear defenders. And I don't know if the ref is going to give a yellow. They're conferring. Yes, there will be a yellow card issued there. I have to check that replay. It looked more inadvertent, but that's why I guess they're talking it over. And Phil Hostler's coming out, the athletic trainer here at East Brunswick High School. A red card ejection. They're conferring, and that particular J.P. Stevens player has been ejected. That's Taylor Montecolo. She has been disqualified from the game. Now, on a red card, does that mean that Stevens has to play man down like in soccer for the entire game?
I do not know.
Initially, the closest ref here, the gentleman ref here, was not really thinking about calling anything, looked over and deferred to the other official, the woman official in the trailing position, and originally she held up a yellow card, but I guess conferring they thought it was a dangerous because it was at the head or something.
From what I saw, there wasn't a flagrant intent. I think it was the intent wasn't flagrant. The skill is what caused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from my experience, flagrant is you're out to get the person.
Yeah, you're complaining, you're mad, you're
Yeah,
angry, and
it's a
whack.
whole other mindset.
You're headhunting.
In this case, I don't know if it reached that. Well, you do have 2 veteran officials out there.
And while Phil Hostler's attending to the Bears player on the sideline, we'll take a short break and return. Score 6-0. Bears, 14 seconds left first half. And we're returning to action here. 14 seconds left to go. Bears will have possession, and they'll be content just to hang on to it. You'll see Hannah Moskowitz there will just pass it on the side, and probably you won't see a shot here unless they can get it downfield quickly. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of our first half with the score. Bears 6, and the Hawks of J.P. Stevens nothing. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. And we are back, ready to begin the second half of action here at J. Doyle Field. I'm Ken Saroka, along with Cindi Todoroff, bringing all the action of girls lacrosse against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens. Bears right now up 6-0. Shannon Carney with 3 goals in that first half. Carissa Smith scored her 100th point in her career on a goal with 10 minutes into the first half. J.P. Stevens not able to offer much offensive power, as they had maybe 3 or 4 shots on goal. Hannah Moskowitz saved all of them. Now draw at midfield.
Look for the Bears to come out strong. 6-0 is a good lead, but that could dwindle away very, very quickly.
As the lights are coming up, as darkness descends on J. Doyle Field, J.P. Stevens in the full green uniforms with yellow numerals and trims, working on offense here. Bears defense trying to work it out. Call there on J.P. Stevens. Bears will retain possession.
Too bad that play was stopped. That was a nice pass. Nice pass out.
Ball on the ground, pushed forward. As Shannon Carney trying to pick that up on the run, and a bit of a bump there. This is almost the most contiguous time J.P. Stevens has had on offense here on their side of on the offensive side of midfield.
Push, slider out, slider out, slider out, up.
And a score as J.P. Stevens, Resma Parikh puts a bounce shot that goes through Hannah Moskowitz. Shutout now gone, so J.P. Stevens puts the first marker on the board.
And that was a nice shot by the young lady with 3 defenders on. She had a little crack of opportunity, and she finished on it.
So that's where I think a smaller player can work, cutting through, and has a better angle, especially on those low shots.
Oh yeah, you can play some finesse shots. Want to win this draw.
And again, call coming somewhere. Bumping there, I guess, and J.P. Stevens will have possession.
Look for
Again, a little bump of crowding out there on Carissa Smith.
We need to force her out, force her out, force her.
And that one bounce shot just tucked inside the far post, and Parikh has 2 quick goals for J.P. Stevens. And 2 quick goals scored with 1:38.
The Bears need to get possession on the draw. J.P. Stevens.
And that's something they have not done well.
That's the draw itself really hasn't been high where you could put any direction on it to anyone and or to yourself.
Now, if you look at the midfield there, the sticks are back to back. The ball is placed in the middle, about waist high, even sticks, and then it's popped up like that. That's a better draw that we've seen.
Yes, that was good.
But again, here's Parikh picking up the ball.
Okay, we got to stay with the double, stay with the double. Good, stay with the double.
JP now operating on offense. Double team coming now. Krista Smith. No room in front.
Good defense so far by the Bears. Are we sliding? Slide, 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 slide. Nice save. Critical save by Hannah.
Temporarily stops the Hawks' momentum, but the pass given right back, but Smith trying to battle for it.
Like to see a nice quick pass to number 3 right now.
And that's where it's going, Nicole Villanueva.
Nicole did a nice job positioning herself to be open. Nice pass,
But
nice
good defense,
thought,
yeah. And now the Bears with their first chance on offense here. Carney with a kind of left-hand scoop shot there. And JP Stevens picks up the ball on and will head up.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Shannon pull up with that ball because that is a critical possession right now. Because it gives, up until that point, gives Stevens the opportunity to cut the lead to 3. Okay, so we'll get another shot at it.
Bears with possession. And good defense there, knocking the ball on the ground, but picked up by the Bears.
Okay, big possession.
Daniela Costanzo bumping in there, and we'll have it just outside 12. Four defenders collapse, gets in through, dip dodge, bounce shot,
Yeah,
but
nice
a
try.
good save there. Bears pressuring at midfield.
Close that double, stay with the double.
And we were talking about passing between the 40-yard lines here. And you notice JP Stevens does not have that kind of skill set. And the Bears at least have tried it on a few times to get that pass up first and to move it. Okay, official has a flag, and it looks like we'll have a free position shot awarded. And Christine Sidholm trying to come inside. Bounce shot to the...
Very nice collapsing defense, but again, Stevens found a way.
And it's 6-3 with 19 minutes, 32 seconds left to go in this second half. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. This game is going to be rebroadcast a couple of times, as the games that the EB crew puts on tapes for us are going to be broadcast several times. This particular game will be once again televised on May 5th at 4 p.m., May 6th at 4 p.m., and at May 13th at 4 p.m. And on the 13th, seems like there's a kind of mini marathon of East Brunswick high school athletics, as I see a boys volleyball and 2 boys volleyball games, as well as this game being rebroadcast on EBTV. And we'd like to take this time, while we have the time, to thank the EBTV technical crew who come out a couple hours before game time and set up the television equipment here, and then take this work back and put the finishing touches on it, and broadcast it to you here in the local community on EBTV Channel 3. So again, thanks to the technical crew, Dave, Cindi, and the group guys there who run the camera.
It's a much-needed timeout by Coach.
Now think about this. With 14 seconds left to go, you had a long delay with an injury. Did that take the steam out of things? I mean, even though there's 14 seconds left to go in the first half, did that take the momentum out? Did it take the bite out of the Bears?
Well, the first half, I mean, we were up 6-0, and a lot of people played, which was great, and this and that. But it was a little sloppy with fouls and this and that. So, okay, we got through. We won the first half. Now it's the first half. We have to now win the second half, and right now Stevens is winning the second half. So and catching up. So what we have to do is regroup. I see a lot of our own turnovers, and just settle down, focus, make great decisions, and kick it up a notch. Then to Stevens' credit, the 3 goals that came in, the girls were well guarded. They were very, very good shots.
Bounce shot saved that time by Moxwitz. And again, maybe that's the key here. The shots that she was saving in that first half were waist high and above, whereas these shots are bouncing here. Now we can see, if you look at your monitor now, you see a bit of a glare, a little bit of a sheen here on the turf. Did have rain yesterday, last night, but was clear today. But is that a problem? Like, is there a glare on there? I mean, we're seeing a glare from this side, but is there a glare out there when you were coaching here?
When I coached here, we didn't have turf for lacrosse. For field hockey, no, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
Again, you're looking down. You know, you're not looking up into the lights for the most part. You're looking straight ahead or down.
Trying to get inside 8. Ball's knocked down on the ground. Bears fighting.
Okay, big possession for the Bears here.
Nice defensive play there. Now, this is where you need that outlet.
Yes.
Going right in, all the way, 100 yards, a 100-yard dash, a shot and a score. Wow. Erica Kent took that ball, picked it up at about, maybe the 5-yard line, and ran 95 yards for the touchdown, for the score, actually. But, that was an incredible run. And I guess, not that the Bears were standing around looking, but they were standing around looking. They were watching that play. .722 of the second half, time of that goal.
Okay, Stevens isn't backing down at all.
Stevens potentially with numbers here on the restart. Foul on J.P. Stevens there. Sidholm played it. Empty check.
And nice getting back on defense by the Bears to force that turnover. Boy, I wish we could have a pass right now.
Well, Kent did it once. Now figures, okay, well, now I'll get it in.
Again, those straight runs are good now and then. I mean, there's a time and place for them, but you don't always want to rely on them. That's why that passing game with numbers up, so you can get into a 2v1 or 3v2 situation, or even 1v1 with the goalie. You want to work on that phase of your game as well.
Picked up and a good check by Krista Smith and corrals the loose ball. She'll have the ball just outside the 8 meters. Not a free position shot. And good decision there with two defenders potentially collapsing on her. Decides to pull it out. And the Bears will operate at the top of the 12-meter fan. That pass maybe a little too far or too close in front. And we're going to get a card here. I did not see that. That was away from the play, I guess.
That, or I saw she had 4 girls on her and she decided to shoot through them. And that also warrants a yellow card for being dangerous, from what I understand.
JP Stevens now looking again to break inside, spread out. Oh, the offense seems to be way spread out too much. Nobody in front. Everybody's crowded on that far side. 8 coming through. Yeah, 8 rejoining the play here.
Is that okay? That's it. Yes, you go. We came off on that.
You saw that before I did. And the Bears respond defensively, pick up the loose ball, and begin the break. Bounce pass for Smith.
Nice pass. There it is. That's what we want to see more of.
Maybe a bit too close there to pick it up and think about shooting at the same time. Shannon Carney had a good play on the ball, but bumped the defender there. So possession will come back to JP Stevens.
Pick up a double.
Julia Thomas trying to do the end run dash here.
Nice collapse defense on Bears. Great pass. Here, let's get another pass. 19. There you go.
Oh, but couldn't catch it in stride.
Again, that
Stephanie Cho had a chance to break it in, did not. Couldn't pick it up, but Carissa Smith was great at finding that opening, and the rough play there will warrant a yellow card, and Cho will get a free position shot. Basically a 1-on-2 here situation because you do have 2 defenders with the ability to collapse in.
Yeah, I would like to see her switch to her left if she could.
And we'll basically essentially replay that one as was a collision in front. Now this one's more straight on to the top. Maybe 1-2-step fire. Boom. Free position shot. 1-2. Fire low. Ball just does not cross the goal line. Villanueva called for a bit of a bump there. Courtney Dolan with the intercept gets bumped. Bears with possession. One Bear behind the pack here.
Place.
Chow once again going low. Blocked.
Nice pressure on the goalie.
12-18 left to go second half. Bears up 7-3. Which way is the ball going to go? Didn't really have a call there. Okay, trailing official now. What? Knocked down by Carissa Smith.
Do we have...
Dodges around one player, looking for an outlet. 5 Bears on the break here. Back pass.
Good. You can use a trail. That sets it up nice. If she can finish.
Whistle blows before the shot. Cho once again looks like she'll get a free position on the far left side. She's tried 3 low shots. This one I would want to ticket at least, shoulder high. Well, there. Off hip will do just nicely. And at the 13:49 mark of the second half, Cho gets East Brunswick back to the 5-goal margin of being in the lead with her first goal of the game. Is that a skill, or is that an item you work on in practice?
8-meter shots, absolutely. That's an everyday thing. Again, it's another scoring opportunity, high percentage scoring opportunity. There's specific things that you do actually work on as far as where you should place the ball, which should be behind your ear, and you should have your left foot forward. If you're a righty, you should be low. And what you want to do is to be able to get a quick jump, quick first step, and your options are to go straight in with some type of move, that or cut the defenders off, or pull up and set the play up. So that's like a foul, almost like foul shooting in basketball, where it's something that you have lots of control of.
Bears playing good tight defense now after that first lapse in the first few minutes of this second half, allowing 3 quick goals by JP Stevens. Good defense, good ride there.
Good collapse.
But trailing official has a violation.
Calling shooting space on that. And that's another kudo to EBTV. Other than having this a nice memory for all the girls to have a nice game tape on them, also for colleges, it's great for coaches to come back to these, for example, the shooting lane violations, and break down the film and use it as a training aid.
Okay, a bit of a delay of game, I guess, or something. One of the Bear players jumped inside prior to the whistle. Another penalty. This one, I think was called from the trailing, or the back official.
A lot of whistles in this game. It's hard to get into a flow of the game today.
Free position shot coming here.
That was a nice quick step.
And a good, strong shot bounced at the feet of Hannah Moskowitz and through. And JP Stevens climbs back to 8-4.
And also on 8-meter shots, I spoke mainly about the attacking player, but also defensively, they practice that a lot as well, because what you want to have is one player get body and the other person get ball. So someone forces someone into a check.
Now, these teams don't know each other, I guess, that well. Do you kind of sense that most of the free position shots are going low just because of the skill level of the players here?
From watching second half, it seems like the Stevens girls are told to go low, and it's been very effective. So I think the coach from Stevens said, hey, she's stopping them high. Let's test her low. And that seems to work, right now.
I would think that, though, the natural inclination of a shot that's coming at your head or high would be the one that you would flinch on, and perhaps you'd have a better chance, even though the stick is generally held higher than lower. I haven't seen really anybody rip one, maybe one time or two times, get a high shot.
They just that shot may not be developed by the players, that it's easier for the players themselves to shoot lower. A good bounce shot is very effective because it is unpredictable, even though the turf.
Yeah, I can remember some games. I can remember some games here on the grass field where you could hit a rut and that ball would literally bounce back to you after shooting it.
I think a ball bounced like 3 minutes one time, just bouncing every time it hit the ruts. But again, these fields, for our sports programs, phys ed programs, unbelievable opportunity for all our athletes and students to play in a first class and enjoy a first class facility.
Draw at midfield. Courtney Donlin pops it up in the air, and Carissa Smith comes by with the check and picks up the ground ball. But she loses possession of it, looking maybe downfield too much.
Bears are putting good pressure on the ball.
Nine minutes left to go, second half. A little bit of a high check there.
Yeah. Playing defensive footwork and positioning in women's lacrosse is a lot like playing basketball, where you want to be low, lead with your feet, and not reach. In that particular situation, our Bear player reached a little.
Double team coming out, forcing a different opportunity here. Sidholm trying to come to the top, now has to roll it behind the cage. Now JP Stevens looking to it, and that doesn't seem to be that organized kind of run down the middle by players, a set play. It seems more just everybody looking around waiting for something to happen here. And nice defensive play on the ground ball here. Erica Kent coming across midfield. Once again, looking at one of these 75, 80-yard runs, kind of dodging through. Now we'll simply take it back behind the cage. Bit of a lax play there by Stephanie Cho. That was a pick, though, not called.
Nice save.
Good quick decision there not to pick it up and hold it and reposition. And
good luck.
Smith can't handle it, passes it, pushes it back, and the Bears will hold possession as they had three players on the top side of 12 meters.
Nice thought on that last play.
Villanueva coming back, but that shot hits goalkeeper in the knees. Switching direction, JP Stevens coming up now on the far sideline. Running into traffic. You heard the click there, a couple of sticks colliding there. Renee Mathis there with the ball for JP Stevens. Four Bears defenders around her. Forces it back into trouble, into traffic. Trailing official calls foul on the Bears. JP with one player down low. Poaching here at the 22-yard line. This would be a 20-yard pass on the fly, but instead, no. JP will run it up. Tries a kind of turn the corner dunk shot. Moskowitz got a piece of that, and Bears will have possession behind their cage. 5:55 left to go, second half. Our score 8-4 in favor of the Bears.
Again, ideally in that situation for Stevens, you'd want to set a play up if that was in their playbook, because that would have been a critical goal had they come up with the goal. It would have been 5. Only a 3-goal lead with plenty of time. So you have to show a lot of patience at critical times of the game. You're going to work for a smart shot. If you miss, you miss, but at least it was a smart decision.
Foul being called. Shot wide. And one JP Stevens player went and ran almost to the concession stands to pick up that ball, yet there are extra balls at the base of the football goalposts. Bears with possession. That did waste about 20 seconds off the clock, though. Clock is running. Bears on a clear here. We'll push it up to midfield. Coming down the middle, and brutal trip from behind. If that one doesn't get a card, nothing else is going to here. But right now, it just looks like a free position shot for Shannon Carney. Shooting space violation. We'll replay that. Carney coming in with the left hand. This is where you want her to see go right with that, because you have 2 defenders on her left side ready to collapse in. And try
that was a nice shot, though.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Just to maybe cut off a player. Try something a little bit different.
This little submarine shot, though, almost didn't work.
That was nice.
I've only seen a couple of girls players ever, and even women's players, Trenton State, pull it off. Because that requires a great deal of body control as well as stick control. 3 minutes left to go. Oh, that pass had Carissa Smith for a quick one-time kind of shot.
So a few years ago, one of our players, Carolina Morera, she actually played at the University of New Haven. Boy, she could, all those little shots in close, all those, it was rare. Finesse shooter on the fly, really placing it.
In the history of the lacrosse program, have we had any D1 players, Division I players?
Well, you're going back to, it's on the tip of, yes, we've had. Shannon, we're going back. It'll come to me. It wasn't when I was coaching, but she was actually a national champ, Division, I believe, II national champion.
Free position shot for JP Stevens here. No goal crease violation after the shot.
We've had a number of players playing college through the years.
I want to say the name is one of the names McMillan.
Janine played field hockey.
Okay, then I'm not.
Right. Well, right now we have Sarah Parker. She's not playing. She's down in Limestone State. Phenomenal field hockey star. She did play lacrosse, but she's on the very smart gal. She decided not to play lacrosse to focus on her grades. Ariel Harris.
Carissa Smith inside. Nice pass, as that pass came from Carney to Carissa Smith, who launches her 101st point career-wise. Second goal of the night for Smith. Well, it's a program that began, I guess it was the 99 season. I think
99 and
was the first season. It was about 3 years after the boys program started. And I guess you were the first coach, right?
No, Jenny Ragg. And Jenny's married name eludes me right now. And then after Jenny, the assistant coach at the time, coached for a year. And then a job opened up and I decided, I was a JV coach that year. And then moved up to varsity for a number of years.
Carissa Smith on a jailhouse break here, but 1 against 3. She decides to pull it back. Has a little bumping incident there with the defender, Renee Mathis. A kind of chippy play there, although, no card awarded. Looked 1 minute, 10 seconds. Clock will stop now to under 2 minutes on all whistles. 9-4 our score. Bears look to
nice
ice
look.
it.
Let's finish it.
And finishing it with a goal is Melissa Conover.
Nice pass, nice finish.
And that's now 10-4. Draw at midfield, popped up this time very far outside the circle even, picked up by the Bears.
That was nice. First there's a pass, nice. Switch, cut the D, nice finish.
And again, that kind of sidearm shot by Shannon Carney picks up her fourth goal.
She's very good.
Well, the deception of the motion, I mean, that's the thing, if it can pull it off. Just like a sidearm pitcher in baseball, it's the deception. So with 50 seconds left to go, Bears notched their 11th goal of the game.
Very balanced game today for the Bears as far as scoring. I mean, you had your top scorers get theirs, but we've had some key goals by a lot of different young ladies here tonight. Strong goalkeeping by Hannah.
And coming right down, a bounce shot and a score for Daniela Costanzo, the 12th goal. With only 38 seconds left to go, so Bears icing it here, and coach substituting out some of her players here. Actually, I guess substituting back in the seniors as Connie Kaminkowicz and Morgan Mowers come back into the game. We haven't called their name much in this second half.
Okay, let's finish with a good draw and possession. That's nice.
Carney.
Nice pass. Boy, we need someone by the cage to get another pass.
Mowers looking to break in. Dumps it back. Villanueva. Again, just trying to run it out. Looking maybe for an opening
nice turn
here.
Nice turn in.
And Villanueva scores with 17 seconds left, so the Bears piling it on here at 13-4.
And on a good run here.
JP Stevens made it interesting, scoring the first 3 goals of the second half to cut the Bear lead from 6-0 to 6-3. Got as close as 8-4. And then the Bears have now rattled off 5 consecutive goals. Again, this game's going to be broadcast 3 times on EBTV. It's going to be broadcast again on May 6th at 4 p.m. and at May 13th at 4 p.m. as well.
3 in a row draws wins for the Bears. It's key.
Carissa Smith coming right on in, trying to shake, bake, and score with 7 seconds left. Carissa Smith with the hat trick tonight to go along with Shannon Carney's 4 goals. And with the 10-goal lead, the clock will run. And that is our contest. Final score, Bears 14, JP Stevens 4. on senior night here. So this is a good win in front of parents, friends, and family. As we had good balanced scoring. Shannon Carney with 4, Krista Smith with 3. And solid defense, particularly after that little mental lapse there in that first part of the second half.
Yeah, the Bears pulled it together and ended on a good strong note, especially with winning the last 3 draws and some nice stick-to-stick passing and finishing plays.
For Cindi Todoroff, I'm Ken Saroka. Once again, our final score is East Brunswick 14, JP Stevens 4th. Thanks to the EBTV technical crew for helping us out broadcast East Brunswick High School athletics. Have a good day.